And welcome to the BG Sports Podcast. I'm Yvette, and I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Today, I just wanted to touch base with everyone just to let you know what we have in store for you coming up this week here on BG Sports Podcast and on the Squad Pod, starting with tomorrow at 8 p.m. We will be with the guys from the Stansbury Show. I'm excited. Should be a very March Madness-like show. So if you are ready to talk some basketball and things like that, we'll have you covered tomorrow. So you don't want to miss that tomorrow, 8 p.m. And that's the Squad Pod. So make sure you follow the Squad Pod at the Real Squad Pod on X. You can also find all the episodes of Squad Pod and this podcast at my website at bougiesports.com. And always, please, my last thing, subscribe on YouTube or everywhere. Just, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. So, yes. Oh, wait, one more thing. Sorry. I know I said one more thing. I'm a liar face. We also started a TikTok. So, if you're a TikToker, oops, sorry, I was going to TikTok, but see, I'm not a TikToker. You can follow us on that, and it's I don't know, but I'll put that on the website too. I don't know where. It's like the Squad Pod on TikTok. Anyhow, okay, so this week I'm going to start diving more into Crooked City, starting with Jim Traficant, and I know I've spent like the last couple of podcasts kind of just showing you guys YouTube clips, but I just wanted to give you guys the background of what we're going to talk more about, and just to have that history in the background, I think would be beneficial in this. If you're not, going to necessarily listen to Crooked City, maybe you're not from Youngstown, but you're just interested in the Northeast Ohio mob in general. It's all related. And it's all fascinating. So a lot of people have asked me, are you going to go more maybe into the Cleveland mob? Duh. Anyways, well, let's just start with this. So I wanted to play a little bit of Crooked City. And since it's a podcast, I was trying to figure out how to do it. So I'm going to play a little bit of the beginning of it. Hold on 1 second. I guess I don't have to hold on. Yeah, I'm just going to pause it so you don't have to wait for me to get it ready.
Greensburg Road, 155. Jim Traficant's property. A tractor rolled over on him.
What happened?
A tractor rolled over on him.
Well, let's begin tonight with a story everyone's talking about. That's Jim Traficant.
Former U.S. Representative James Traficant.
Jim Traficant is fighting for his life after an accident on his farm Tuesday evening.
News of the accident quickly spread throughout Youngstown, and people across the county tuned into their TVs for updates.
Firefighters managed to lift the tractor off of Traficant, and paramedics immediately started CPR. He was initially taken to Salem Community Hospital, but then flown to St. E's in Youngstown, where family and friends have been ever since.
Heidi Hanheim, a close family friend of Traficant's, raced to the hospital.
I went into the room where he was, and it was like Gulliver's Giant. I mean, there is this man, got to be 6'2", and he was just laying there with tubes and all this coming out. That was one of the hardest days of my life. Oh my God, I had to fend off the media from the LA Times to the Columbus Dispatch. Senators and congressmen were calling.
For decades, Jim Traficant had been a towering and controversial figure in Ohio politics.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a guy in Congress that's saying, we want some fairness. I have poor people, I need housing. I lost 55,000 jobs in the last 10 years, and no one down here really cares.
As a congressman, Traficant railed against the establishment and championed his working-class district on the House floor.
I'm going to vote today for my people. My district's one of the poorest, and I'll be damned if I'm going to lose another job, whether it has a Republican name or a Democrat name. Thank you for the time.
All righty. Okay, so, I mean, a lot of people have opinions on Jim Traficant. I mean, if you're from Youngstown area, the opinion seems to be pretty the same.
Driver, forget this Congress business.
Jim was never a team player. I don't know if he was meant to be a congressman.
Congress hasn't done their job.
I love America, but hate the government.
The American people are taxed off.
He had a great sense of humor.
The IRS has turned into a bunch of political prostitutes.
You don't know which part's brilliant and which part's psychotic.
Huge ego.
They lie again him and go over and kick him in the crotch. Thank you very much.
Do I wear skinny ties? Yeah. Do I do my hair with a weed whacker? I admit.
Look at my wide bottom pants, my boots, and I certainly haven't changed.
Jim Traficant was the congressman you get from Central Casting, if the director was Quentin Tarantino.
I'll kick your ass personally. It's bullshit. You're looking at a junkyard dog in the face of a hurricane.
I want to thank Congressman Traficant for the work he does in Washington.
My district's one of the poorest, and those so-called rich people, I want to hire my people.
In today's environment, he would be a presidential candidate.
Jim Traficant was the Mahoning Valley.
We were the second biggest steel producing city in the world. In 6 months, over 50,000 men lost their jobs.
When the mills closed, the mob then started telling politicians what to do.
If you're interested in politics, the mob wants you then.
He was the sheriff who was going to resurrect the town again. He was going to bring us back.
The mob should get out of Youngstown.
Crime Town, USA. Youngstown would make the Sopranos look like Girl Scouts.
Jim Traficant was the white knight coming in to save us.
We rode that right into the Congress.
Beam me up.
The noisiest act on Capitol Hill.
But I'll be damned if I'll be pressured by a government.
Traficant is charged with racketeering and bribery. His crocodile mouth got his hummingbird ass in trouble.
I'm not going to admit the crimes that I did not do, and will do the time, and expect a long time to try and shut me up.
Everybody's going to want to see how it plays out.
Beam me up.
Vince, is that you? Is that you, Vince? Vince from Youngstown? Youngstown in the house? All right, let's see it. Okay. Jim Traficant, what a character. And I'm like, part of me feels a little ashamed that I don't know as much as I should. And then part of me is kind of like happy because I'm getting to discover everything and it's amazing. So yeah. Anyhow, I wanted to play something.
Of a hitman was at the instigation of Congressman Jim Traficant.
Yes, I do. He was not a mobster. He was the core of Youngstown. He was what Youngstown represented.
Why all this love for such a flawed man? To answer that question, you need to understand what happened to Traficant's hometown, Youngstown, Ohio. And the first thing you need to know about Youngstown, it was a mob town.
My daddy always said organized crime is better than disorganized crime. At least you knew who not to cross.
I'm Mark Smerling, and this is Crooked City, Season 1, Youngstown.
Okay. If you're not listening to Crooked City, please listen to Crooked City. I mean, you don't have to. You should. I mean, I think everyone had an opinion on Jim Traficant, but if you are from the Youngstown area, the opinion around here seems to be the same, and that is that people love him and respect him and miss him, and that he made people feel seen and he made people feel heard. And whether or not you thought he was a criminal taking money from the mob, he was, like someone said in that podcast, our criminal, our Youngstown criminal, so I don't know. What do you think? That's what I want to know. What questions do you have? Whether it's about the trial, the tapes, Jim Traficant himself. I would love to know your feedback. So if you could, please let me know in the comments below what questions you would ask and what questions you want to know and what you want to see me discover more about and then bring to you guys. So thank you guys very, very much. And beam me up, Scotty. Bye.